Is which religion came the world first and how it divided?
Thank you for joining us, Brother Ayus. First, the true religion. Speaking of religion, there are false religions, Brother Ayus. False religions also flourish in the world. But the first true religion in the world is Judaism. It is the religion that started from Moses, Judaism. Let us read this at a timeline of world religions and its founders, Brother Daniel.
The timeline of world religions and its founders. Judaism is the world's oldest monotheistic religion, dating back nearly 4,000 years. Followers of Judaism believe in one God who revealed himself through ancient prophets. The history of Judaism is essential to understanding the Jewish faith, which has a rich heritage of law, culture, and tradition. From history.com, year founded and the name of religion and the founder in 1500 BC, that's Hinduism. No specific founder. 1000 BC, Zoroastrianism, Zarathustra, Zoroaster. 599 BC, Jainism, Mahavira, the founder. 560 BC, Buddhism, Gautama Buddha. 550 BC, Taoism, Lao Tzu. 50 to 100 AD, Gnosticism. 325 AD to 590 AD, Roman Catholicism. 610 AD, Islam. 1515 AD, Protestantism. 1560 AD, Presbyterianism. 1605 AD, Baptist churches. 1650 AD, Tibetan Buddhism. 1700 AD, Freemasonry. 1739 AD, Methodism. 1830 AD, Mormonism. 1844 AD, Baha'i. 1860 AD, Seventh-day Adventists. 1870 AD, Jehovah's Witnesses. 1879 AD, Christian Science. 1900 AD, Pentecostalism. 1914 AD, Oneness Pentecostalism. 1934 AD, Worldwide Church of God by Herbert Armstrong. 1954 AD, Unification Church by Sun Myung Moon. 1955 AD, Scientology by L. Ron Hubbard. 1968 AD, Hare Krishna, Swami Prabhupada, founder.
Those are practically the most popular and most adhered to religions in the world. First and foremost, the true religion is Judaism, where the Lord Jesus Christ and the apostles were practicing that religion. But when the Lord Jesus Christ started preaching Christianity, Judaism, which is the first and the oldest monotheistic religion, was declared by the apostles to be not the true religion anymore, because there were traditions and man-made doctrines that were later on added to Judaism. But it is the former, the first and the foremost true religion that existed on earth in the time of Moses. Later, there were incorporated in Judaism different traditions of men not in accordance with God. It made Judaism an enemy of Christianity. while the Apostle Paul, according to biblical history, is practicing Judaism, he was persecuting the church of God founded by the Lord Jesus Christ. Let us read in Galatians 1:13.
For you have heard of my former life in Judaism, how I persecuted the church of God violently and tried to destroy it, and profited in the Jews' religion above many my equals in mine own nation, being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers. But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace to reveal his Son in me, that I might preach him among the heathen, immediately I conferred not with flesh and blood.
That is the history of the Apostle Paul struggle for the truth. A member of Judaism, he was a leader of his contemporary Jews. So when the Lord Jesus Christ and the apostles preached a new concept of religion, which is Christianity, the Apostle Paul, then being a member of Judaism, persecuted the church that is being preached by Christ and the apostles. It is very well translated in the modern King James Version. He said, you have heard my manner of life when I was in Judaism, that I persecuted the church of God with surpassing zeal and ravaged it. And I progressed in Judaism beyond many contemporaries in my race, being much more a zealot of the traditions of my fathers. But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb, having called me by his grace, he was then converted to the religion he formerly was persecuting, and that is the Church of God. So if you want the information, which religion is the oldest, the first religion in the history of humanity, it is Judaism. That was taught by Moses, the first teacher of Judaism, the first prophet who taught Judaism, the ways of God, to the people of Israel. But later, I must reiterate, when time and millennium is passing, Judaism, which is the only true religion on the face of the earth in that particular time, turned to be mixed with traditions of men, sayings of Jews, etc., etc., making it a religion that does not merit anymore the approval of the Son of God when he came down here to earth. So the Lord Jesus Christ started preaching a new kind of religion, and that is Christianity. I do not know your intention, Brother Ayush, in asking me, but I'm sure your religion is not the true religion, and it is not the first religion. Hinduism came after some time. As we have read in the history of religion, Hinduism only followed Judaism because Hinduism was established in 1500 BC with no specific person that is known to be its founder. No specific person. But most of the religion have their founders, like the Zoroastrianism by Zoroaster, Jainism by Mahavira, Buddhism by Gautama Buddha, the sage of Sakya, Taoism by Lao Tzu, and Gnosticism developing sometime in 50 to 100 AD maybe the very same time when Christianity is flourishing on the face of the earth. And afterwards, when the apostles died and the Lord Jesus Christ went back to heaven, the authority of the Roman Catholic Church began. 325 or 300 years after the death of the apostles, the Roman Catholicism flourished by the power of the Roman Empire. And it came from a pagan point of view. More or less, those are the records of religions we have now on earth. Some are of lesser number. Some may be like the Church of God that was founded by Armstrong even before I was born. Because the Worldwide Church of God of Armstrong was founded sometime in the 1930s. 1934, the Worldwide Church of God of Armstrong, and now it is dissolved. It is now dissolved because there was a quarrel between Herbert W. Armstrong with his son, which is Ted Gardner Armstrong, the later establishing his own version of the Church of God. They are numerous in number. I even have seen how it flourished when I was a small child. But now, the Church of God, the first in America, is considered dissolved because there was a separation between the Father and the Son in the church. The Son establishing his own church, he called Intercontinental Church of God, while the Father calls his religion the Worldwide Church of God. For you just to have an idea, because I preach the Church of God of the Bible, I'm particularly interested in the existence of that Church of God in America, one of the first and foremost religion in America called Church of God, but now it is dissolved. It was changed to another name. Many members were dispersed. Some of their members in the Philippines are now members of the Church of God International, which I preach. I think those information may be useful to you in whatever interest you are asking me, which religion came first on the world, and that is Judaism. I hope you know, you understand, Brother Ayus. Did you get the point, Brother Ayus?
Yeah, I